Hello everybody, it's Philippe here and a huge warm welcome to my channel. Today I'm helping you have great arm movement in West Coast swing as leaders or followers. So let's get right into it. So I had a great question and that was, "Hi Philippe, I really appreciate your use of arms in West Coast swing. In some cases they're a natural extension of the move you're doing, but in other cases they seem to act as their own expressive element. What is your philosophy on arm movements and how do we incorporate these into our dance?" Fabulous questions. So let's look at some of my thoughts on this. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is how do we move the arms. We also look at spare arm as well. What do you do whilst you're dancing? So for arm movement, one thing you can do is think about moving from the back muscles all the way out towards the fingers. So imagine you have like wings and we're going to move the arms to the sides. So a lot of people will normally do this. We'll do this, move the arm like that, which is valid. But I'm going to think about moving from the arms, from the back muscles here. And then I'm going to move from each joint from closest to the body outwards. So I'm going to show you here. So move from the muscle here. Then I'm going to start moving from the joint from here, here, and then to the fingers like this. Like that. And then at the end, I also like to have a little moment where it breathes. And we'll talk about the finger positions later as well, because there's lots of options here. This is more balletic if you've got more lyrical song in West Coast swing. And then we can also come down the opposite way. So you're going to move back muscles, the elbow, leading the movement, and the rest catches up afterwards. So again, we're going to go from back muscles, then towards the elbow, towards the wrist, like there's a string pulling there. Then the rest comes up. A little moment where it floats, and then we come back down again. That's a nice way to move the arm. You don't have to have the fingers like this. You might have a position like you've just clicked, and you're moving here, like this. Again, that works for any direction. So if I'm going upwards, move from the back muscle, then the elbow, then the wrist, then the hand, then the fingers, and then we come down from the back muscle, elbow, reverse order. It's very nice. We can do the other side as well, like this. And then coming back down again, or you can change it with those fingers. Basically, you have to think about energy from the back muscles all the way to the fingers. As dancers, I think dancers are amazing because we know how to make things look really cool, whether it's beautiful or cool, because we're thinking about the position of everything from fingers to lines and so on. I love it. So there we are, there's a tip there. Something really good I saw as well on West Coast Swing Online. Big shout out to everybody there, to Brian B, Miss Megan, Miss Emily and everybody else there, was those 3 planes of movement of the arms. So you could have like the arm moving backwards like this. Now, of course, there'll be a bit of a natural twist from the body, which is quite nice, rather than just keeping it still. I like that bit of a natural twist from the body. You can also go forwards with the arm, other direction. Then you can obviously just do it on the other side. I've been favouring more the left, but we can obviously go on the right side as well, my right side. And then another plane we have is like a table, going this way. Again, the body naturally might move a little bit. And as always, you can have the hands and the fingers in many different positions. I can have palm face upwards, like this, doing across the table, a bit of natural movement. You can go obviously more for a fist if you want to. And then we have the wall. So I love these tips here. This was from Emily's video. I think it was on arm styling. So you can have the wall here. There are more options, more pathways to choose, but this is a nice start we can have. So you might be thinking, okay, so now what do I do in my West Coast swing? So, leaders and followers, you have choices here. I like to think that when we're dancing, at least you can have the arm parallel to the floor with energy here, whether it's as a leader or as a follower. That's a really good, for me, that's a really good thing to have a start, rather than having the famous drooping hand here, which is not so nice. I like it when it's thoughtful, the arm. So if I'm leading, for example, at least have the hand here. That's a nice choice, parallel with the ground. You can have the wrist upwards, but I don't tend to have it downwards. I'd rather have it more neutral, or even slightly up if you want to. But it's more comfortable, obviously, to start off with it like this. And then you might be doing your patterns as usual, as normal here. And then with the hands in this position here. So I would say that's a nice start. If I'm following as well, I can go like this, going towards you following. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then look, that hand is at least here. That's already a nice improvement to have. And something else I do with my arms is where it naturally follows the flow of the body. That's when I might get more movement. So what I mean by that is, if I'm doing an anchor step, I might be opening the body up, which then might help the hand to open up like this. That's where the natural movement starts coming in. So if imagine I'm doing a sugar push, so it's under 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then I go 5 and 6. So the hand might lead the movement, or I could even have the bodies kind of opening up, and then the body leads that movement here, which is beautiful. So 5 and 6, which makes that movement. Followers are the same for you as well. Imagine I'm doing my sugar push. So it's under 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now I can lead with the arm here if I want to, or I might be opening the body and then the arm comes out like this as we do our anchor step, because I'm going 5 and then I might want to use those back muscles, maybe initiate from the ribs, then the hand opens up, whether it's from the table or it's that more like a backstroke coming around, and then the way you offer it to your leader is amazing as well. Like this. I love it when a follower does this, when they offer the hand. Again, we move from those joints and then takes the hands. So what is amazing about dance as well, it's the way you make your hand go towards the other person's, the way you ask for it also can make a big difference. So this is a nice one I heard from Kyle Red. I might be doing a sugar push, and a 1 and a 2, and I'm moving my body, which then leads the arm to ask my follower's hand. I sometimes like to say very ninja, very nice. So these are some ways you can incorporate the flow of the arms into your dance. Another one is when I close the body, the hand might close as well. For example, on the right side pass, it works really well. So I'm going backwards, so I'm doing my anchor step, so 5 and 6, my hand might be coming here, and then as I close the body, the hand follows as I'm doing my right side pass for 3 and 4, 5. I can show you this way around as well, so the hand's coming out, staying back on 1, closing the hand in, 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6. Followers as well, this works really well, for example, on a tuck. So I'm coming towards you on 1, 2, and I might have the hand coming out like this. And then as I come around, I close the hand, the arm, the hand, the arm, and then I do my 5 and 6. Let me do that again for you. So they'll be coming forwards on. So I might have to start with the hand here, for example, and 1, 2, 3. There we go. So the body's opening up. Let me make sure I'm not off the camera. The body's opening up, and I have a really nice line here. 3 and 4. Usually when you have your turning followers, you have a spin frame, which is like this for 4, and then 5 and 6. Then again, you can open up that hand again, whether it's coming around. Then we have lots of other options here. More on that later for you. And something I like to do as well is when I'm doing my anchor step as a leader or as a follower is that opening up with the hands, especially if it's a lyrical song. I can like to have it in this type of shape. So imagine I'm doing a sugar push from here. It's under 1. Oh, look at this, offering that hand in a nice way. 3 and 4. And then I can open up like this, 5 and 6. And I like this line here, where I'm thinking about the line coming from here all the way to here. Good for a lyrical song. Or in a flowy song. Same for the followers as well. So I'm coming forwards on, I haven't got the other hand just yet. So we're going and now look at the way I offer that hand for 1, 2, 3 and 4, and now opening up the body for 5 and 6. And then again, I have all these options. I might want to come around here, offering that hand again if it's another sugar push, and so on. 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Beautiful and flowy. And what's great about West Coast Swing is that you can really make stuff your own style, whether it's more feminine or more like, I don't know, like R&B, hip hop style. You can change the way your arms are. Like another really good one is that when you're dancing, if you have 2 hands, that means your follower's going to have both hands being used. But if we use one hand, then both of you have more freedom for things to do with your arms. So if we're doing a sugar push, you could always lead a shaped sugar push like this. You go 1, 2, you shape the sugar push as leaders like this, and now you have obviously this arm free to do what you want to do, depending what the music is telling you. And followers, this works really well for you because you're coming forwards on your 1, 2, but now it's being shaped. So this is a perfect moment to do that backstroke of the arm. You can even come around here, come around the neck, and whatever tickles your fancy. Or you can just go 1, 2, you bring it around and come down here. Lots of options there. But it can make it even more fun, your West Coast Swing dancing. So let's look at now more about the fingers. So what I like to think is about this finger here, the middle one, because you have 2 on each side over here. This one is slightly more indented like this. This is a more lyrical, balletic jazz style hand, and the thumb, yeah, it's coming towards that there. Some people have smaller distance, some have a bigger distance. So that's one option there. And you have energy in those fingers as opposed to being here. We have energy in those fingers here. And then that's where we can have this nice shapes. Lots of followers tend to prefer this more than leaders. But if you want to do that leaders, you can as well. It depends if also if the music is lyrical, like you're dancing to an Adele track and so on. So followers, and here's an option for you what you can do for the pathway. So we have pathways of our hands, moving from position A to B. And we can make the pathway, you know, different ways. We can go from A to B. We can go directly to B. We can come around, for example, come down, then come up. Lots of options we have. So one thing you can do is like trace your head coming backwards. And it's good to make contact with this finger here. And then maybe your neck, and then come down, and then put the hand ready for the leader to take. You can also go the other direction where you come around, touching the neck, and here, for example. So you might be doing that if you're passing your leader. So they have you here on the left side pass, or right side pass. And we're going, and a 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and a 1, 2. There we are. So there's an option for you there. Yeah, you can make your own. Other options with the fingers, as I said, you can click and you have this nice position with the hands. Again, you can move like this. You can make it more of a fist if you want to. Maybe it's a hip hop song and you like dancing more like this. And yeah, you can have the hand up here as you're dancing, as a follower or as a leader. This tends to work more for leaders as we're dancing. Could be more R&B hip hop track. Other positions we could have is more the hand on the body for leaders or followers. Obviously we had that parallel one as well. So yeah, I love studying all this and learning more about movement and arms and lines and shapes. It's great. Also, you might be with your partner, you might have moments of movement where you can just do things like this with your hand. Again, doing those techniques, moving from the back muscles. So imagine the follower, you know, you've done a shaped sugar push. So it's under 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's a moment where the leader's like holding still, so you might want to do things with your hands here. Or the leaders, you want to do things with your hands like this, moving in a nice way, using the body to move the hand so the rib cage knocks the elbow out to the side. It's great. I really like it, I do. So what did you think? Did you find these tips helpful? You're very welcome to comment below and let me know which ones you found most helpful, and also to share if you have any of your own ones. And if you find this video helpful, you're very welcome to click on that like button below. I would love to invite you to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button below and on that bell icon, which helps to get notified when videos are available. And if you're interested, I offer private lessons in person and online. So if you're interested to find out more information, just send me a message. If you'd like me to teach a West Coast Swing workshop in your community, you're very welcome to reach out to me. And I'd like to wish you all a wonderful day, and don't forget to enjoy your dancing, whichever part of your journey you're currently in. And you may like to check out this next video with more tips in West Coast Swing.